Welcome to another Ask Katrina. The question today is, Katrina, I hear you talking about the one rule. What is the one rule and how do I apply that? All right, so what is the one rule? Well, it is the training, it is the program, it's everything that we've created here at Legend Leaders. It's my baby, and it's what I go out and speak on, and the book that I'm creating to share with all of you. The one rule is defining professional success. And the reason why I created this one rule is because as high achieving, high performing leaders, we tend to create all of these excess constraints, regulations, rules. We put them into place because we think that if we do all of these things in a certain order and in a certain way, that's what's going to make us successful. Either because that's what worked in the past, that's what you saw someone else doing, or quite frankly, because you don't know, but you're hoping if you put all these things in here, sort of like making up your own recipe for something as a kid, that maybe you'll land on this perfect mix of flavors and it will give you what you want. In other words, it will give you the success that you're looking for. The reality is that we put so many rules on ourselves and constraints and expectations that we don't live our lives. We strive every day to jump on one foot, pat ourselves on the head, rub our stomachs, and wave at someone else, and wink and smile at the same time. And we're trying to do all these things because that's what we think we need to do to be successful. And we're so busy being successful and trying to figure it out that we have nothing else. And we're here for so much more than that. Okay, whatever you believe, and I'm not here to impart my beliefs upon you, but I'm just telling you in general, whatever you believe, know that we are all here for more than just showing up and being successful at work, right? Inherently, we are. So the one rule is what I have discovered through my own career, through my own trial and errors and suffering and struggling, that ultimately will lead to success in your career. It will lead to business success if you own a business. It's just success professionally. And the way that it works is, and the one rule is this: add value. Add value. Now you may be thinking, oh my gosh, Katrina, I was waiting for something so profound. The answer, the one rule, is ultimately that I just have to add value. Yeah, absolutely. That's the answer. The reason why it's so simple is because it's true, right? Remember, the simplest things are true. And if it's simple, it's doable. So adding value is doable. So then inherently, if all it takes to be successful is to add value, why are so many people not successful? Great question. The answer is because they're jumping on one foot, rubbing their stomachs, patting their heads, winking, smiling, trying to wave at people, doing all of these things that they think create success, and adding value isn't involved in that. They've left out the most critical component of the recipe. That's the answer. So there's a lot of things that we can do to be busy, but it's not going to generate results. Or it'll generate results, but not the results the company expects you to deliver based on the role that you're in. Okay? So, we have to add value. That's what the company is asking us to do. That's why they hired us. That's why you go through an interview and you're asked all of these questions about what you're going to bring to the table and how you solve problems and how you make judgment calls and how you effectively communicate. If you're a leader of people, they're asking you all of these questions because they need you to achieve and accomplish certain things. They need you to add value to the organization. The organization that you work for is your customer. Okay? If you're a business owner, then your customer is your customer. You provide a good or a service, they provide you with money. It's an exchange, right? As an employee, if you're a leader in a company and you're an employee, you provide a service, they give you money. It's still an exchange, right? It's the same theory. The customer is the person that defines value, not you, okay? So I may feel really valuable because I'm doing all of these things that we talked about and I'm keeping myself really, really busy. But if jumping on one foot, rubbing my stomach, patting my head, winking, smiling, and waving isn't how the company has defined value for me, then I am not following the one rule of professional success. I'm not. Therefore, my days are numbered. That may sound harsh, it may sound cruel, but I am here to tell you the truth. Because when I speak the truth to you, you know it. It resonates with you, and you know quickly, am I adding value or am I not? Who defines value? The company, not me, not you, the organization. If you own a business, the customer, right? Again, the customer. The company is the customer. The paying customer, if you own a business, is the customer. At the end of the day, they define value because they're the one paying you. You can decide if you want that customer or not, i.e. you can decide if you want to work for that organization or not. It's your call, right? Maybe you don't want to add value in the way in which they're asking you to add value. Fair. Then go find another customer, right? Go find another company. But the one rule of success is not doing all the busy work. It's not all the things that you define as valuable or the things that you define that make you feel valuable. It's what the company defines as valuable. And when you define or understand how they define value and you fulfill and meet that need, right? And you meet it in a way that only you can using your gifts and talents, then you have delivered on the one rule. And that is exactly where you want to be. Because then you are providing all of these amazing bits of value in the way that you uniquely can, which makes you feel so good, right? Because you're living and being your authentic self. And you're being rewarded and recognized for it. That is the one rule. If you would like to learn more, let me know. I have small group sessions from time to time as I continue to model and finish out the book that will be coming out. So if you'd like to hear some snippets and provide insight and be on some of the panels, I'd love to welcome you to that. If you'd like for me to come and speak to you and your team or your organization about the one rule, I'd love to do that as well. Please reach out. Send me an email, info@legendleaders.com. As always, go and be legendary.